The producer adjusts the light, leans in, and asks, "Arthur, you've seen a century of history. Tell us the secret. Give us the wisdom of a life well lived." Wisdom. It's a funny word to throw at a man who spent 9 decades wearing a rubber nose, metaphorically speaking. I made a fortune falling down. I built a legacy on timing and noise. You want to know what I learned? Here it is. I played to sold-out crowds from London to Vegas. I had them rolling in the aisles. I was the king of the one-liner. And tonight, I will go back to a silent house, eat toast over the sink, and stare at a calendar that has no appointments on it. That is the sum total of my wisdom. Let me explain how the trap is set. It didn't start on a stage. It started in a cold kitchen in Brooklyn in 1935. My father wasn't a bad man, but he was a hard one. He carried the weight of the world like a physical stone on his back. The house was always tense, always on the verge of breaking. I was 7. I realized that if I could mimic the way the landlord walked, or trip over the rug just so, the stone would drop. The old man would smile. The danger would vanish. I discovered a superpower. I could control the atmosphere. I could buy safety with a joke. It worked on my father. It worked on the bullies in the schoolyard. It worked on the girls. "Arthur is a riot," they'd say. "Get Arthur, he'll liven up the party." And I loved it. I was addicted to it. But here's the fine print they don't tell you. When you are the court jester, nobody thinks you bleed. They don't ask about your heart because they're too busy watching your hands. I learned to hide behind a dazzle. Be entertaining, and you never have to be vulnerable. So listen close. I'm going to tell you something that goes against everything I've practiced for 98 years. Stop performing. If you are the one who always cracks the joke to break the silence, stop. If you are the one who uses wit to deflect a serious question, stop. You are building a wall, brick by shiny brick. Eventually, that wall will be so high that nobody can climb over it to get to you, and you won't be able to get out. I met Eleanor in 1955. She was a painter. She saw colors the rest of us ignored. She was the love of my life, but she wanted a partner, not an audience member. She wanted the messy, boring, sad parts of me, and I was terrified to show her. She told me once, "Arthur, I feel like I'm dating a billboard. It's bright and catchy, but there's nothing behind it." I made a joke about billboards. Of course I did. It was a reflex. She left me 2 years later. She married a high school science teacher. A quiet man. I used to make fun of him to my drinking buddies. Dull Donald, I called him. But you know the truth? Donald held her hand when the cancer came. Donald knew her fears. Donald got to be the one she whispered to at night. I got to be the funny stories she told at cocktail parties about her mistake of a youth. Then there is my son, Robert. He's 70 now. A brilliant man. He designs bridges, structures that connect things. Irony is not lost on me. We went to dinner a few months ago. It's a ritual. We sit there, polite strangers sharing DNA. He looked at me and said, "Dad, I don't think I've ever had a conversation with you where you didn't try to get a laugh. I don't know who you are." I froze. I wanted to say, "I'm scared, son. I'm lonely." But the circuit in my brain is wired for comedy. I made a crack about the soup. He didn't laugh. I sat in the dark that night and realized I had failed. I had succeeded at show business and failed at life. If you are a parent, hear me. Your kids don't need a stand-up routine. They need a human being. They need to see you cry so they know it's okay for them to cry. Be a person, not a persona. Because I have a son who loves me out of obligation, but he doesn't know me. And the terrifying part? I don't know who I am anymore either. You wear the mask long enough, it eats your face. If you stripped away the jokes, I don't know what's left. I'm a ghost in a tuxedo. So, here's the lesson. Don't use your talent to hide. If you are using that thing to keep people at arm's length, you are committing a slow suicide. You will end up adored by millions and known by no one. What matters is, did you let anyone in? Did you have the courage to be boring? To be uninteresting and real? I was a coward. I kept dancing until the music stopped. And now, everyone has gone home. I'm 98. I'm tired of the bit. Here is the naked truth. I am lonely. I regret keeping Robert away with a wall of humor. I wish just once I had said, "I don't have a joke for this. I just need you to hold my hand." Go call the person you love. Tell them something true. I think I'm going to call Robert. I'm going to tell him the soup was fine. I'm going to tell him I'm sorry. Yeah, cut the feed. I need to make a call.